This is Guy Fieri. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the show we've been waiting for. Full of insults and insights, highlights and hot topics, bad jokes and cheap values. It's the one-stop shop for everything you don't need but gotta have. So sit down, hold on, call your boss because you're gonna be late. This is the Opie Radio Show. Oh yeah, and Carl.
All right, this is the Opie Radio Podcast, episode 1, and I find myself in the middle of New Jersey, in the woods. I am currently on a dirt road. Yes, I got to put my seatbelt on. Rough terrain ahead, and I'm going to get Carl Ruiz, the Cuban. You might know him from the Food Network. He's Guy Fieri's very good friend. He's a star on the Food Network. Wins all the time on grocery games. And I decided if I was going to start a podcast that I wanted to do it my own way. Westwood One had such big, giant plans for me. They wanted me to have this first episode in front of a live audience with a ton of fans. They wanted me to get A-list celebrities. They wanted me to get the media there and make it a huge over-the-top event. Tim Sabean also told me that the first podcast could actually be simulcasted on the big Jumbotron in Times Square. And I told Tim Sabean and Westwood One, I said, I don't want to do any of that. I want to do it my way. So with that said, I'm on this dirt road. I'm 800 feet from Carl's cabin. There's a lot of really old-looking houses out here and barns, a lot of abandoned houses. Oh, my God, my car is just rocking back and forth. Is he really living out here? I got to get out of the car now because I honestly don't know. Wait, is that him over there? I'm now getting out of my truck, and I'm now walking up to Carl's cabin. The front door is wide open, just swinging in the wind. This is how it all begins. I got to remind myself, I used to be a big radio star, and now I'm in the middle of the woods in New Jersey, walking up to a house that looks abandoned.
Front yard.
That's your front yard?
Front yard. The parking's up there. What are you, Zsa Zsa Gabor? This is the. Do you see where my car's parked up there, where there's no grass?
I parked where the
people walk there.
I parked where the gravel is.
No, there's gravel everywhere. This is the woods.
There's no gravel everywhere. This is a
toilet paper. I gotta take out the garbage.
Where are we going with your garbage?
The truck. You can't leave the garbage here because the bears will come. They'll hump the garbage and then they'll eat your face.
You don't have garbage pickup?
You do, but you want to pet a bear every morning when you wake up?
What are you talking
There's
about?
There's giant bears here.
Do you own that too?
No, I don't own that yet.
What do you mean yet?
Well, I want to buy that one, but it's hard to get a mortgage on it because it has a, it's not really a septic system. I think they just shit and throw it in the grass.
So we're walking to your van to put the garbage in?
Right, and then I'll put the garbage out in the city.
So you're trying to save money on garbage pickup?
What are you talking about, save money on garbage? I'm not saving any money.
What is this? Look at all the garbage in your
That's
van.
my laundry. What's wrong with you?
Oh, that's your laundry?
Yes.
How can you tell the difference between your laundry and your garbage?
Oh, it's like talking to Donald Trump Jr. Have you ever been out here?
In the woods?
Yeah.
I've been in the woods.
You're something, Opie.
Yeah, I'm something. God forbid.
You've been here for 5 minutes. You ruined everything.
God forbid I park my car.
Hold the job because you don't respect anything.
What are you talking about? This is fun. I was telling everyone that I have to remind myself that I was a big radio star, and now I'm walking up to this. What is this? Where are you living?
Isn't this awesome? Set it up nice. I put a little Spanish candle out for you.
Is that where we're podcasting?
Yes. Look, I made look. It's got AstroTurf and everything.
I see that. You don't live here, do you?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Look, I'm drying the coal because it got wet, so I can. It's my bedroom right here. See, I got carpet at Walmart the other day.
Very nice. Bro, I have to pretty much duck, though.
What do you mean?
I'm not that tall, but the ceilings can't be more than 6.5 feet.
Well, you're taller than the average cabiner.
Yeah. Wait, is this the whole house?
This is it.
We walked 10 feet.
No, there's more there. You want to go to the West Wing?
Wait,
don't go in there yet. I'm cleaning.
Oh, okay. What?
You don't want to see that.
No.
No, I had an episode in there.
Blew up your bathroom.
Oh, a wild turkey came to the window and I made a mess out of everything.
Why would you make a mess if a wild turkey comes to your window?
And then poo everywhere.
Wait, this is your kitchen?
This is the kitchen. This is a little low, on the low side.
You think?
Yeah, you got to be careful. You hit your head.
Wow, you really...
That's the equipment?
Yeah.
Well, you walking around with a 1988 iPod?
I got a tiny little recorder.
This is embarrassing.
Do you need help with the garbage?
No, I don't want you to do anything.
Wait.
You're already driving all over people's property.
Wait, we have to go back to the van with more garbage?
Take another walk to the van.
And I'm in a kitchen that can't be more than, let me think, 6 feet by maybe 10. And the ceilings in Carl's cabin is really, like, kind of low to begin with.
They're normal.
What?
For me, they're normal. Normal height. Doesn't bother me at all.
Well, then you get in the kitchen, and then you got a slope. So literally on the right side of your kitchen, I can't stand.
Opie, are you a realtor? You're literally describing my house. It's not for sale.
But you got to make this stuff visual.
I understand. You want to make something visual? Tell them about that little pacemaker you're walking around with a microphone.
Look how old it is.
Oh, my God.
We used to be in a state-of-the-art studio, and now I'm walking...
Fabian steal that from Gary Delabate in 88?
Tim is so mad at me because I was saying in the car when I started this thing that Westwood One had like big plans for us. They're like, okay, your first episode, we want it in front of a live audience, in front of all your screaming fans. They're gonna be so excited to see you. And then I want you to call all your A-list, friends, and we'll just stack the lineup with all these celebrities, and we'll call the media and make sure they're there filming the whole thing. And then Westwood One tells me that they have such connections that they can put our first episode of the podcast on the Jumbotron in Times Square.
This all sounds like it's not true. Because you're at my cabin.
No, that's my point, though. So I go, Tim, man, that all sounds good, but you got to let me do it my way. And this is my way. What do you think?
I think it's an awful idea.
You don't like the idea?
I like the idea. It's fun. It's great to have you up here. What do you think about my little cabin in the woods?
It's a little weird.
Why is that? Is it the yellow?
I think you have a story to tell when I get the podcast equipment inside, because this is a little weird. I know how you were living, and now you're living like this, so something had to have happened.
A lot of stuff happened. The Cuban doesn't end up in the woods for no reason.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to haul... Oh, wait, come here. I know you've done a lot of walking already, but now we got to walk... Now we got to walk back to my car, all right?
And you got to move it, too.
Why? No one's in that.
People are going to come home. That guy, he's got 2 fucking bloodhounds there. They're going to eat your whole fucking car. Just put the car over there.
I don't feel like moving. I'm not moving. All right, listen. So then we got to... I'll turn this portable unit off. Look at this.
That's not doing anything.
I don't even know if it's on.
Totally not. You're just talking to like 2 dum-dums in the woods.
Can you describe this? What is it?
Timmy McVeigh had one in the woods just like this.
And look.
No way.
Look at all this. That's the equipment that they gave me. And, it's a full setup, but it's really heavy. We don't have an engineer. We don't have a producer. Yeah. Literally, you got me. And that. So we're going to bring all that in and set it up proper, I guess.
There's the sticker that says property of Westwood One costs more than the headphones that are in it.
Hey, do you have a basketball? I see you got a basketball hoop over there.
That's not for you.
Why?
I tried that. No, but the thing is that there's mud right on the bottom of it.
Right.
And then there's a rock. So if it hits it, the ball goes right in the woods and you get a deer tick.
Wait, does deer ticks around here?
God,
bro.
Everywhere.
Here, let's walk around the outside of your cabin. Sure. I thought the tour of Carl's cabin would take a little longer than so,
it's quaint.
How many square feet is this for real?
A square foot.
This can't be more than...
It's 500 maybe.
Maybe 500 square feet.
450. It's like a New York City apartment.
I can't lie, Carl. I wanted to make fun of it. I kind of like it. There's a lot of opportunities to really break your neck on your in your backyard here.
So then you walk all the way through these leaves right here, and then if you walk all the way...
Wait, they like stuff like this. Walk. They like that. They like all the sounds.
This way past these big trees, and then there's a little lake that I have access to.
Yeah.
So it's great. The well is right up there where that pipe is. The water's delicious here.
Wait, you got to get your own water?
It's a well, yeah. There's no nothing. This is a well and a septic tank. That's it.
So how do you take a shower?
A well has a pump, Opie.
No, I mean, how do you take a
What are
shower?
you, Thurston Howell?
Yeah.
Have you ever been...
How do you take a shower in your house?
It has a shower.
Yeah, but I don't get how, like, you get water from the well and then what?
It has a pump, a gravity-fed pump, and it shoots the water into the pipes like everything else. It has pressure like anything else.
All right, I got it.
So down that way is a blind kid camp.
Really?
Dude. The other day there was one just like totally blind, like
just wandering
and
around?
everybody comes out like, that way.
When I was growing up, we lived close to an old age home, and every once in a while, one would get away and start wandering down 25A.
Right, well, here's the blind kids. All of a sudden you get a random blinder.
Really?
Oh my God, and the people here, they don't get it. So they're yelling at him, making the kid go in circles because he's blind. So like, that way. The kid's going right into a bush because then he gets flustered. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, what else could you show me? I guess this is it for the cabin.
And the street's up that way, and then we can drive up the road, and there's a place called Picatinny Arsenal, which is one of the shadiest places you'll ever see. It's where they test all the firearms for the government. And there's a part that I figured out to go through the woods where you can see them where they test the rail gun from this giant gun that they put on tracks just in case. It's crazy.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Dude, it's its own city. You're not allowed to go in. They got helicopters. They got the crazy shit. Here's a rock.
Yeah, I see the rock. Yeah. It's a giant rock. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have listened to Tim Sabian.
What's about what?
About doing this proper in front of a live audience with our fans.
Yeah, maybe this wasn't the smartest thing.
With some A-list celebrities, the media, the Jumbotron.
They have a dog that's way too excited. He's like a 60-pound pit bull.
Really?
But he's the friendliest thing in the world, but you don't know that till you meet him.
Right.
So he just comes through the woods at 100 miles an hour at you. And he just wants to say hi. So the first day, I swear to God.
What's the scariest dog for you?
Rottweilers.
Yes.
They don't seem like to be. You can't reason with a Rottweiler.
Yes.
You know, they're drooly.
Right.
And they're bigger than a pit bull.
Yeah. Well, my number one is absolutely a German Shepherd.
You're scared of German Shepherds?
I got nipped on the inside of my left knee on a paper route when I was 12. I never got over it.
That doesn't sound very dramatic, Opie.
Huh?
That's not dramatic.
Well, it knocked me off my. Well, I was riding my.
You lost your balance. It wasn't the dog. You got nervous.
I was riding my.
You got the wobbling steering wheel. You know when you're a little kid and your steering wheel starts going 100 miles an hour because you're all scared.
Actually, I got a story about my sister that did just that.
No shit.
Yeah, we were delivering penny savers, which is
high-speed wobbles.
We were the only ones that delivered penny savers that we actually delivered them to houses. Everyone else we knew, they took their penny savers that day and dumped them somewhere, and then went and had a good time because no one gives a crap if their penny saver didn't show up. So my sister and I shared the route, and we only had one bike because we were really poor.
Right.
And my parents would drop us off. I don't know. She was like 12. No, how old was she? Whatever. She was like 16, I think, and I was 10. And my parents would drive us miles for this penny saver route, and then we'd have to ride the bike home. And my sister is a panicky Pete, and we're going down this really large hill, and she just panics and realizes that she doesn't know how to ride a bike anymore for some reason.
And the high-speed wobble sets in.
You brought back the memory, and then
slow motion death.
And then the wobble happened, and then I wobbled to the left, wobbled to the right, and then wobbled back off to the right. Fucked up my knee so bad, screaming bloody murder. We had to knock on neighbors' doors until someone answered, and then
a different way of growing up.
And then they would call our parents, and then they came
injured till someone helped you.
Yeah, of course.
Saw this? We built this. We put this.
What is this?
Solar powered, right here. So this is a motion light.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
I know what a motion light is.
I thought it was a good idea to have this motion light, but now when I'm in the cabin and it goes off at 2 in the morning, I know there's a giant monster animal out here. Whoa. So it's unsettling because when that light turns on,
right.
Next thing you know, there's a blackbird. He's just playing with himself, like just looking at you. Because they love this big window here.
Well, and this big window, this is how this started when I walked up to your cabin. They love sounds on podcasts. That's not too sturdy, man.
A bear will go right through it.
Right through that shit.
Right through it.
So anyway, German Shepherds are my number one scary dog.
Rottweilers than Dobermans because they're fast.
We got one in our building. It's a guard dog, German Shepherd. Every time I get in the elevator with it, it's like I'm 12 years old again, getting bit in the left knee. I panic.
I don't think the dog really bit you. I got to put you up for investigation. You might have just fell off the bicycle. You might have just got scared.
No.
This feels like a scared story.
No. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to tell my son, who's scared of all dogs, not to be scared of dogs. And then we're in the elevator, and that German Shepherd comes in.
Right.
He now looks at me, my son, who's only 7, and goes, "Dad, I thought I'm not supposed to be scared of dogs." He could see the fear in my face.
Oh my God, that's the worst. You want your coffee?
Yeah, let's. I think we did it as far as like the walk up to Carl's cabin. Now I'm going to turn the portable unit.
I got soda, pickles, and chocolate cookies, and I got salami from Italy that they brought me. And 2 Bud Lights.
Wow, you're rocking out here.
Yeah, dude, I'm loaded for bear.
All right, listen. I'm going to turn off the portable unit.
How can they look you in the face and give you that? Seriously, Opie. Nobody chuckled. Nobody was like, "Here, dick." Like nothing. This is the equivalent of wearing a "kick me" sign on the back of your fucking shirt.
I'm a sick person, though, because I love this.
You do love this.
I love this.
You love that, like, starting from the bottom shit, man.
Yes, because that's the deal. So that's what I was trying to explain to Westwood One. I'm like, I don't need all the flashiness and all that stuff. I want to start from nothing.
Well, you nailed it. You know, because for me to make fun of you in a house like this, it's got to be bad, Opie.
I want to start from nothing, and then I want to.
Yeah, you did.
I want to build this in front of everybody.
Dude,
that's my goal.
Battery is building it by 100%.
Well, speaking of that, I keep looking. I think we only have a couple more minutes left on this battery.
From my phone lasts all day.
I got doors. Oh no! Look at the back of this thing. Don't touch it.
It looks so heavy.
I'm panicking.
Opie has 3 buttons. This thing is not working. I don't believe any of this. I think you're just up here having fun.
Well, so we'll turn this off.
Yeah, let's turn that off. Or it'll turn off by itself.
And then I got to figure out how the other equipment works. We're going to set it up. Let me think. Should we set it up over here? Or should I set it up over here?
I would say over here.
Let me see your bathroom before I turn this off.
Not ready yet. I got to clean it.
What do you mean not ready?
I got to clean it. I just made a mess in there. Let me clean it.
I'm not allowed in your bathroom?
Not yet.
I just drove an hour to get here. I got to take a leak.
You can pee. Look at this. There's 14 acres. Go pee on a little bit on each tree like a crazy dog.
All right, you're collecting more garbage. All right, I'm here. I'm at Carl's cabin for the first episode of the Opie Radio podcast. Now we're going to go and bring in the real equipment and sit down and sit down. What is this?
What do you mean?
You don't even have furniture in this place.
What is these 3 pieces? These are exclusive pieces from IKEA. Look at this beautiful red table.
What is that?
What are you talking about? That's not furniture. What is it?
Are those chairs from the old Yankee Stadium?
No, they're from my restaurant. They're from Ruiz.
Well, that bombed. I mean, he actually answered me. You know, when they...
See, this is my closet. You can open her up.
You know when they demolish an old stadium and you had these old wooden... Oh, why am I explaining it? It looks like a chair that you would have sat to watch Babe Ruth play baseball. This is it?
This is my closet.
Bro, what happened? Are you going to tell me what happened?
Everything.
You're going to tell me everything? Okay. I'm walking into your bathroom because I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, wait. Don't you dare.
For real?
I'm anal. I got to clean it first.
How are you anal living like...
Because my bathroom is important.
All right, I'm turning this off for real. Let's go get the rest of the equipment.
Go get your equipment.
You won't even notice that we turned this off because it'll be a quick edit to us sitting down at this table. So
I bought you Dunkin' Donuts.
I see the Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you. I'm a big fan of D&D. All right. Boo, 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 boo.
Opie Radio.
Boo, 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 boo. Boom, 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 boom. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo.